There's not a person in this world that wouldn't be nervous and feeling some type of way.
The antiseptic hum of Pittsburgh's University Hospital greeted the Slayton family as they arrived at dawn. Tammy, pale but resolute, gripped Amy's trembling hand. After years of weight loss battles, gastric surgery, and worn promises, the day they'd both feared and longed for had arrived. Tammy's skin removal surgery. Rumors had swirled of roadblocks, her vaping habit, poor protein numbers, but now, finally, she was cleared to proceed. Over 15 pounds of excess skin from her chin, arms, and lower stomach would be gone by nightfall. For Tammy, it was more than a cosmetic fix. It was a mirror revealing not just new contours, but a chance at self-acceptance. In the waiting room, Amy suppressed her own turmoil. Wedding plans were unraveling. Family tensions simmered as she prepared to head down the aisle. She had to be strong for Tammy, but shame and resentment simmered beneath. 12 medical professionals assembled in the operating suite, a surgical ballet in motion. Tammy's siblings, Amanda and Chris, stood outside, clasped hands, murmuring prayers. Amy watched through a window, breath caught between hope and fear. Inside, Tammy breathed slowly, her mind a swirl of memories. The woman she'd once been, the food that had been both comfort and trap, the obstacles she'd overcome. She found herself shaking unexpectedly. Not fear but release. This surgery was her emergence. While Tammy lay in recovery, Amy's world crashed, or so it felt. Amy was fighting her own trial. With plans for her wedding to Brian underway, her family began voicing discomfort with her chosen venue. The asylum, the converted mental institution she fell in love with. To Amy it was romantic, bold, unconventional. To others, unsettling. Her frustration boiled over just as Tammy was wheeled in post-op. Through tears, Amy told Amanda, "I'm just a human." Amanda snapped back. "You could have at least apologized, before saying you're a human being." The tension cut sharply. Amy fled. The stress of hosting her sisters during a medical crisis, and the lack of unwavering celebration, felt like betrayal. On top of grieving Caleb, her late husband, Amy recognized how vulnerable she truly was. When Tammy awoke, the family huddled around, faces soft with relief. Her cheeks were leaner, her eyes brighter, her spirit lighter. Amy, wiped raw, held herself together through whispered apologies and trembling embraces. Reddit listeners and fans weighed in, some feeling Amy had been selfish, seemingly absorbed in her wedding over her sister's surgical milestone. Others sympathized. Amy was navigating grief, love, planned beginnings, and sisterhood all at once. Tammy, confused by Amy's absence, confronted her later. In that hotel room, between clipped respirator sounds and postoperative pain meds, they found honesty. Tammy admitted her impatience, how she had blamed Amy for her slow progress, pushed her aside for attention. Yet in this moment she offered grace. Amy wiped her cheeks. "I didn't mean to make it about me. I just felt unseen." They cried. They held hands across the pillow-scattered couch where Tammy lay. Sisters bound by trauma, imperfection, and survival. That night, Tammy stared at her reflection. The new angles were startling. The sag gone, the face lifted, the person below emerging. Tears blurred her vision. Meanwhile, Amy watched Tammy sleep, protective. She realized what mattered. Family, health, each other, not weddings or social expectations. They met in the hallway. Tammy's voice was small, almost unsteady. "I'm glad you stayed." Amy nodded. "I'm sorry for my drama. You look incredible." Tammy's smile glowed despite the bandages. At home, Tammy's recovery began. Not just physical but emotional. Amy joined her. Smoothies, gentle stretches, laughter rooted in vulnerability. Amy canceled wedding venue debates. She realized the asylum venue could wait. She needed to be present here now. For her sister. For herself. Weeks later, Tammy appeared in shapewear on TikTok. The transformation stunned fans. Her body, once weighed by hundreds of excess pounds, was unmistakably leaner and unmasked. Amy watched with wonder. She posted her own video, revealing wedding dress sketches, simpler, gentler than before. She had decided. Intimate, family-centered, uncomplicated. Her fiancé Brian smiled at her with relief. At a small backyard gathering, Tammy stepped out, post-healing glow bright. Amy met her, and they shared a sister-to-sister embrace. Flawed, real, enduring. Their journeys, Tammy's through the surgeon's scalpel and Amy's through the court of loved ones, ended with more than scars removed or appointments made. They closed with understanding, with compassion, and with love, the truest transformations being internal.